What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. This one's from SRS Cinema, one of my favorite labels. Make sure you go to srscinema.com. They got a ton of like micro budget indie horror, sci-fi, cult, action. They've also got a wide scope of like some older DVDs of like shot on video horror, Jess Franco, all kinds of stuff like that. So check it out. Anyway, today's is Killing Spree. This was directed by Tim Ritter. This is one of the all-time great, in my opinion, like micro-budget 80s horror movies. It's about a guy named Tom. He's a super bizarre individual. His ex-wife cheated on him. Ever since then, he's got some like serious trust issues. His new wife is beautiful. They've been married for 6 months. Absolutely doesn't trust her whatsoever. He wants her staying home because he's worried if she's at work as a stewardess, then the pilots are going to seduce her, or I don't know. This guy thinks everybody's going to seduce his wife. He works as, I think, a mechanic at the airport, and he's best friends with a pilot. His best friend is this really old, unattractive, dumpy guy. He comes over for dinner, and Tom immediately thinks the guy is trying to sleep with his wife, so he throws out his best friend. The next day, she has some weird excuse as to why she has to leave that night when she was supposed to do her errands during the daytime, so he becomes extremely suspicious. He finds a journal and he looks through it, and it turns out she's been writing these sexual stories about these different sexual adventures she's been having with all these different guys. He completely loses it, kills the guy, buries him in the backyard, and then he's like, you know what, that felt good. I feel better now, so I'm gonna go through this book and find every one of these guys, track them down, kill them in brutal fashion, and bury him in the backyard. And that's just what he does. This is a crazy one. The guy who plays Tom, his name is Asbestos Felts. Anyway, he is absolute madman, lunatic, unhinged person in this movie. He makes the craziest faces. He's got a just gigantic weird beard, and he's just got crazy hair. He looks like a rail yard rapist. He's just a super creepy, crazy guy. But I would hang out with him because he seems pretty cool, other than like the insane jealousy thing. But he probably would murder me, so I better steer clear of old Asbestos Felt. Anyway, his performance drives the movie. He just takes such just over the top enthusiasm in killing people. His paranoia is hilarious. His panic is great. Everything in this guy's performance is just super fun to watch. It's obviously very campy and over the top, but it's just really fun. It's everybody in it that has a small role even is a super colorful character. You have this kind of like fat guy wearing a cowboy hat who does like this weird like dancing like that. He's like gets excited and he's like, it's really weird. So and it's very addictive. I want to keep doing that now. It's got that guy. It's got a strange TV repairman who's also a karate instructor, who brags that he has a lot of second place trophies, which is really bizarre. It's just everybody in this movie is super colorful. There's a nosy old lady. His wife is actually really hot, and I don't know. Everything about this movie is just great. It's super fun, super low budget. It has no nudity, by the way, despite the sexual content of it. But it has a lot of gore. It's low rent gore, but it's super fun. It's very creative. He attaches machetes to a ceiling fan and then picks the old boy up, and he's like, how about a haircut, slime ball? And then lifts him up and it cuts the top of his head off. He caves in this old woman's face. Oh my god, man. Just annihilates her face. Puts a guy in a barrel and burns him alive. Drops a screwdriver off a ladder through a guy's skull. Puts a guy in the ground and then runs over him with a lawnmower. It's all very like primitive gore effects, but it's awesome. This is real practical gore. It's so much fun to watch. I would rather see cheap gore, practical gore than high budget CGI, because to me it still looks better. It's just a really fun, crazy, unhinged movie. This set from SRS Cinema is a limited edition of 666 copies, I believe. It's got the DVD and the Blu-ray in there. This also has the all-new extended director's cut, which is 106 minutes long and some change, as opposed to, I think, 87 or 88 minutes for the original version. but you can also get the original version on here, so you're covered both ways. It was shot on 16 millimeter. I think it doesn't greatly benefit from Blu-ray, but it does look good here. It looks about as good as it's ever going to look, probably. It's also got a ton of extras like audio commentary tracks, a 90-minute documentary. It's got a radio show that includes Herschel Gordon Lewis. It's just got a lot of extras. And again, it's got the Blu-ray and the DVD. I think it's really worthwhile. I mean, this is a great movie, and it's definitely one cult film fans want. So, I mean, this is a limited edition of under 1,000 copies. I highly recommend you pick one up. You can get it at srscinema.com. You can also get it on Amazon, but it's cheaper, I do believe, at srscinema.com. And not all of their Blu-rays are available on Amazon, so for some of you actually have to go to srscinema.com. So that's Killing Spree, highly recommended. Definitely would be in my Hall of Fame for movies. I really love it. It's just a great time. Hopefully you like this review. If you do, make sure you check out my website, markfusion.com. I've got a ton of other SRS releases there reviewed, and there'll be plenty more to come, as well as other cold horror, exploitation, Lifetime movies, everything you could think of, video games, TV shows, anime. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at markfusion. If you're not a sub of this channel and you like these videos, please do sub. Every sub really helps me out and gives me a nice little endorphin boost, so I don't have to do a bunch of cocaine to get that same feeling. You can help keep me clean. I would appreciate that. Thanks again for watching this video, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you soon.